Hello, everyone. I'm just going to give everybody just a few minutes to log in. My name is Eliana Robinson, and I am the partner manager at Verified First. And with me, I have Marge Murphy, who's here with Horizon Payroll. So we're going to give everyone just a few minutes to log in. Just make sure that you're going to be able to see my screen. Take a look at the chat functionality if that works for you. If not, the Q&A is working as well. So just, make sure to ask any questions there. So we'll get
Eliana, just wanted to make mention that we're seeing the screen, but it's not in the slide mode. It's in the.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
You are welcome. We see the notes and all. There we
Oh,
go. We're in
there we
we're in
go.
presentation mode. Love it.
Thank you. Thank you. Good housekeeping stuff right there.
Oh, it's always the way because it looks different on everybody's screen sometimes. And yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Sean, we're very happy to have you here as well. I'm very excited to also be hosting this webinar with Horizon Payroll. So thanks for being here. Awesome. We'll give everyone just a few more seconds here. Looks like the Q&A is working. Sean was able to add a comment there. Excited, and thanks for hosting the webinar. So thank you very much for that. Anybody wants to introduce themselves, add anything, feel free to do that as well. So we're very excited to have you all here. All right, great. So we're going to get started. My name is Eliana Robinson. I am the partner manager at Verified First, and I oversee the relationship with Horizon Payroll. Today I have with me Marge Murphy, who is the marketing manager at Horizon Payroll. She's here with me today to be hosting this event. So we're very excited to have you here today, Marge, and thank you for having us.
Eliana, thank you very much. We appreciate it. And just a real quick note for those of you who are Horizon clients, we partner with reputable firms in order to enable us to provide other services to our clients. We are not just payroll. We are focused on HR. We are focused on timekeeping, assisting with 401k plans and retirement plans if required. And I think this topic, especially given the environment that we're in with hiring the right people and being able to do so quickly and efficiently, Verified First just has this great webinar that I thought would be, most effective and meaningful for our clients. And I know not everyone's going to be able to join today, but those who did register and those who joined with us today will also be getting a copy of the webinar. So Eliana, thank you very, very much for packaging this all up for us. There's some great information in here for everyone.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you very much for that. And with that said, yeah, let's get started. So again, my name is Eliana Robinson. I'm going to be your host today. And again, I work with Verified First, so I will be your main point of contact. Anything that you guys have any questions or you need anything after the webinar, I will be the person that you can contact. Scott Langer is let me get this right, senior account executive with Horizon Payroll. He is also going to be a great point of contact for you guys. I did add his information here at the end. So if you guys do have any questions or you have a relationship with Scott, he is very, very familiar with us at Verified First, and you are more than welcome to reach out to him as well. Great. So I'm going to kick it over to Marge to give us a little more information on Horizon Payroll today.
Yeah, so as I had said a little bit earlier, we really are a customer-centric payroll company, not just doing payroll, but focusing on HR solutions for our small to mid-sized companies. As small business owners, we know you are dealing with an awful lot on an everyday basis. So what Horizon can take off your plate is really, really important. And once again, doing your payroll accurately and on time and providing the ancillary services to help you focus on your business and get you out of the weeds of doing all of the little stuff is what we do for you. So if you ever have a question about what we have the capability to do, please pick up the phone or reach out to Scott. There is so many more solutions that we can provide to help you run your company efficiently and effectively.
Yeah, for sure. And we've seen that time and time again. We've been partners for quite some time, and Horizon Payroll has been one of our best partners that we partner with here. Great. So I'd like to provide some more context around who Verified First is and what we do. So we're a fast-growing tech company on a mission to deliver a cutting-edge HR technology that transforms the way organizations protect their people. And so we do that in a variety of ways. Whether it's through background checks, drug screening, employment and education verification, and I-9 and E-Verify. So we've come together with Horizon Payroll to provide the easiest, most efficient way we're going to be able to effectively screen employees. Great. So I'm going to pull up a poll question here today for all of you. So you should be able to see that on your screen shortly. Go ahead and launch that. Great. So today's poll question is, what areas of technology are you looking to adopt or replace within the next 3 months? So it could be applicant tracking system, timekeeping, background screening, I-9 and E-Verify, or no replacements at all. Maybe you're very happy with the services that you guys currently have. We do know that right now there have been a lot of changes with technology. So a lot of organizations are looking to do something different or maybe quicker or faster. So we wanted to provide some of those options there to see what you guys think might be one of the options that you're looking to replace within the next 6 months. Marge, what do you think? What do you think some of our audience today might be looking for?
Well, as a small business owner myself for many, many years, I have to say the I-9 was a big thing, making sure that we had that and we were in compliance. And once again, you don't want to get audited. And if you do get audited, you want to make sure that everything is right. And, as that, taking that off my plate as a small business owner was very important for me. So that's one that I think is very important.
Yeah, and one that is needed across the board in the US. So very important for I-9 and E-Verify for sure. Background screening seems to also be one here that a lot of you guys are answering, which is great to see because we are here to talk about background screening today. But we are definitely going to touch on I-9 and E-Verify as well. Great. So I'll give you guys just a little bit more time here to answer that question. You will get a survey at the end as well. So if you are interested in learning more about background screening after the presentation today, you will have another option to answer on that question. Great. So let's go ahead and share our results. Can you guys see our results there?
Yep.
So half of you are interested in background screening today, which I thought might be the case here. And half of you are very happy with your services today, are here really to learn and learn more about background screening and why it's important. So very glad to have all of you here on that. So let's go ahead and I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. Marge, can you see my video?
Yes, I can.
Fantastic. We're going to share a little video today of why background screening matters. This was actually a real live case that happened to one of our clients. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this on and we'll take a look. And I'm going to mute myself as well because it sounds better if I do.
You can improve the accuracy and quality of hire. Revealing a candidate's history can help protect Acme and its employees. Not to mention, a bad hire can impact the retention of great employees. Employees you don't want to lose. To request a demo, visit verifiedfirst.com.
Sorry about the quality there of the video. It sounds like we weren't able to hear it all. But pretty much what happened with Hank was, there was a lot of issues with him before he did apply for this position. And being able to see that accurately is very important when you are making decisions and hiring somebody. So wanted to kind of bring that up to light just to kind of get started on our conversation today. So why do bad things happen to good people, right? So a recent study done by the Aptitude Research found that 39% of people, 39% of organizations are not screening every candidate for roles at their organization. So while we'd like to think we can trust every candidate, it's very important to know that sometimes our candidates are not being very honest with us and they're not revealing all the information about someone's past. So now more than ever, guidelines continue to evolve and organizations are shifting. So we want to make sure that we're conducting a thorough background check on every candidate. So not only do you want to create a safe environment for your employees, employees also want to know today that they are hiring people who have had background checks. So, and you want to make sure that this is accurate as well. So you don't want to land in some sort of discrimination, or, it's important to know that all the policies are being held across the board. So not just only for certain departments, but for all departments, and everybody should be screened the same way. So bringing on new candidates can be time consuming. But that time that you're taking to really screen that candidate is extremely important, and feeling confident in your hiring decisions. Great. So let's take a look here. So, sorry guys, give me 1 second here. So speaking of expenses, let's take a look at the cost of a bad hire. On average, it is about $4,129 in the cost of bringing on a new hire. That's about 6 to 9 months to replace their salary if they end up being a candidate that is not somebody that you want to keep for a long time. So while conducting background checks is not the only factor, we want to make sure that we are establishing trust and credibility with our clients, with our candidates. Great. Hey, Scott.
Hi,
How's it going?
I'm fine, thanks. I've been in the backstage. I didn't realize that. So,
Oh, no worries, no worries. Thanks for coming. Great. Yeah, give me 1 second here as I just want to make sure that this is set. Okay, great. So I'm going to move on to how screening impacts your organization. I apologize. I'm having a little bit of this here that keeps showing up. Great. Okay. So now some of you have identified that background screening technology is something that you guys are considering on replacing within the next 6 months. So let's dive into the impacts of your organization. So according to the Aptitude Research, there are really a few unique ways that background screening can impact your organization. So you're 2 times more likely to improve your time to fill, 3 times more likely to improve the quality of hire, and 2 times more likely to improve hiring manager satisfaction. So let's take a look at this screen and we'll kind of walk through them. In our ongoing effort to enhance HR operations, we've identified key areas where our solution can significantly impact your organization. So firstly, by improving the retention of quality employees, enhancing candidate experience, and ensuring the accuracy of your hires, we directly contribute to your overall strength of your workforce. And additionally, our solution promotes data consistency and accuracy across all hiring stages. So moving into the specifics of our offering, our solution streamlines the entire hiring process, reducing the needs for manual entry and thereby minimizing potential errors. So this also increases compliance with regulatory standards, giving you peace of mind. We've integrated our services with over 80 different platforms through a simple browser extension, which further simplifies your workflow. And by automating this process, the HR teams can redirect their focus towards value-added initiatives. Great. So we've talked a lot about background screening. Let's move on to drug testing in the workplace. So employees who use substances tend to change jobs frequently and have a higher rate of absenteeism, more likely to be involved in workplace accidents, potentially harming themselves and others. They are also more likely to file for workers' compensation claims. It's estimated by the government that a substance abuse costs employers more than $82 billion in lost productivity each year. On the other hand, employees who have proactively implemented a drug-free workplace program or drug testing solutions have observed several positive outcomes. And these include improvements in morale and productivity, as well as decreases in absenteeism, accidents, downtime, turnover, and theft. Additionally, these programs contribute to a better health statuses among employees and their families, and have been shown to reduce healthcare costs significantly. So implementing these measures not only fosters a safer and more productive work environment, but also enhances the overall well-being of the workforce. So now with that in mind, let's jump into our next poll question. I'll go ahead and pull that up here. Awesome. Can you guys see my screen there?
Yeah, the poll question is up, yes.
Great. So how many US drivers are arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol or narcotics annually? Less than 50,000, 100 to 100,000, 200,000, or more than 700,000. So I'll let you guys kind of think about that one a little bit. And this is just in the US, to keep that in mind. We are combining alcohol and narcotics on this question. Scott, what do you think the answer might be?
More than 700,000?
Okay, Marge, what do you think?
I'm gonna say 200,000.
200,000. That
Yeah.
is the positive or the popular answer right now. And that is a positive way to look at this as well. Great. Awesome. Well, it looks like a lot of you guys have answered. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll now. And let's take a look at our results. So most of you guys think that it's about 200,000. Second most popular answer, 700,000. So let's see where we are with that. Go here. The answer is 1 million.
Oh, Lord.
I know. That's
I was
a
a little
high
off.
number. When I saw this, I was blown away by the number. I mean, when we think about an event like this, it can happen pre-hire, but it can also happen post-hire. We get asked all the time, how can employers stay ahead of seeing this before something happens with a candidate that they're hiring? So one of the biggest reasons why organizations should protect themselves and implement an ongoing screening policy is because there is a lot that employees might not tell you when candidates might not tell you when they are being hired. So a lot can happen within that time, and unfortunately, we can't always rely on employees to come forward when something like a DUI happens post-hire. Now, another stat that's, a little scary to think about as well, it's it's 13% of Americans started or increased substance use to manage emotion around the time of COVID-19. So according to the Centers of Disease Control, this was the number that they found. And, you know, if you think about this, 329 million people in the US, about 42 million people started or increased substance use during the pandemic, causing a growing concern of drug entering the workplace and impacting our employees. So drug use is on the rise, and now is not the time to ignore it. So let's talk about some solutions to keep drugs out of the workplace. Let's take a look here. Awesome. Okay, so there are a few different types of scenarios in which an employer might drug test. First one is pre-employment. Of course, everybody knows about that, you know, making sure that you do drug tests before hiring someone. Second one is for cause and reasonable suspicion. That one's pretty self-explanatory as well. You know, if you guys do see something that is suspicious, you are able to drug test them in the workplace. Then also at random. And Verified First actually offers a random drug screening program, and it allows you to continually monitor drug usage in the workforce by truly selecting random individuals to test periodically, which is very important as well to make sure that you are staying compliant with who you are drug testing.
So, just a question about that. These days, so many states have legalized marijuana. Is that something that can be configured to not look for, or
Yeah.
is it still going to look for all drugs?
That's a great question. Absolutely. We do have 4-panel drug testing, and you can choose the type of drug testing that you do want to test for your organization. And we can walk through that with you as you guys are, you know, talking to one of our consultants. They will walk you through the different types of drug testing that we have. And then you can choose which ones you want to test for. Especially, that's a great point. You want to make sure that you are compliant in the state as well.
Right.
Awesome. So we talked a lot about background screening and drug testing, which are not requirements for every organization. But I-9, on the other hand, is a requirement for every employer in the United States to complete. So this 2-page form is the highest fined government form. It's only 2 pages, but it has 70-page instruction manual. And 76% of paper form I-9s have at least one findable error. There are an average of 3.1 errors on each form, and it costs up to $2,332 per substantial I-9 error. So clearly, this form is one employers want to ensure that they're compliant with, especially with the increase in remote work. Being able to streamline the onboarding process through a digitized collaboration process makes all the difference. So our I-9 solution, it ensures compliance as it is fully encrypted and has a cloud-based solution that ensures data protection. And unfortunately, there is a lot of risk that comes with paper documentation, and this helps to keep your employees' information safe and secure, and also helps keep you compliant as well. Scott, is there anything else you want to add to I-9 and E-Verify?
No, I'm guessing that probably the biggest mistake made is not following through with the attestation, right?
Yep, absolutely. You know, you want to make sure that those documents are accurate as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Awesome. Great. So we're going to move on next here to our platform and what it looks like. We do have integrations with over 80 different platforms. We have a very easy way where we have a button and an extension that you can download, but we also have a standalone portal, which is really nice as well. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up our portal today to show you guys how that portal looks. Basically, what you would do is go to verifiedfirst.com. You would be able to sign up with us. You would get a username and password to log in. Once you have your username and password, you're going to be able to place your order through verified first. So if you click on order, this first screen here will pop up for you. And what this does here, you can go ahead and enter in the name that you want to screen for, the email address, phone number, and the state employee where they're located. Once that information is filled out, you could go to the second part here where you can choose the position. So this is something that we will help you with during our onboarding process. And what we do is we help you set up your position. So if there are positions that you typically screen for, you don't have to go in and choose every option. What you can do is set them up so they're pre-filled for you. So if you go to driver, it's already set up for you, and you can see that even the package is pre-filled for you. In this selection here, I'm going to choose none. And for packages, same thing. You can choose none on the position, but if you have your packages preset, we can do that for you as well and help you set that up. In this case, I'm just going to choose a la carte pricing. And what that means is you can choose whatever type of screening that you want to do for Hank. Once that information is filled out, you can come down to the last part here. We do have them set up by drug screening and all our options here. Again, we can do 5, 7, and 10. We do have other options as well. So I would recommend speaking to a consultant about the type of drug screenings that you want to do. When it comes to background screening, we do have all of our options here. We also have this little eye here where you could see any access fees. So that way, if you do know that there's a county that's going to charge more fees on that one screen, you can see what those charges are. And those are updated regularly, so they are compliant with, you know, today's counties and what the charges are. We do international searches as well, Canadian searches. Now over here we have verifications and employment and credit and financial. So once you've made your decision on what you want to screen for, you can go ahead and place your screen right there. And then, apologies, I just have to kind of move here because you're going to go ahead and click on send invite. So with the send invite, this lets you know that this candidate has been screened in the past 90 days. That you can just click, you know, just because we have used them before, but that's good to know so you don't get charged another screen of a screen that's already been done in your office. Once that's set up, then here you can decide if you want to do an auto order or a manual order. An auto order automatically sends the background screen to get that order placed after your candidate has filled out their information. A manual order goes back to you. You could go ahead and check it, make sure the information is correct, and then send that screen out to go to place the order. So in this case, I'm just going to do an auto order. Here you can send out 2 invitations to your candidate. You could either send it out via email or phone. I'm just going to choose email. With the phone number, the nice thing is it does send out as a text message. And with that, what you could do is you can send it out to them. It goes out as a link and they can click on that link so that they can fill out the information on their end through their mobile phone. So it's really nice for drivers or remote work or anybody like that. So we'll go ahead and click next here. And then here we're going to send the invitation. Just lets you know one more time that you are going to be sending this out to your candidate. Great. So once that gets sent, you do have an invitation that was sent out to your candidate based on how you decided to do it through phone or email. That then gets sent to them. They then get their forms. They fill it out. Once those forms are filled out, it either goes to ready to order if you decided to manually order the form, or ordered if you decided that you want it to automatically go to the background screening companies so that we can place the order. So
Elena,
yes.
who usually pays for those? I know it's probably a mix, But do you have companies that make the employees pay for their own background screens?
Um, what do you mean by that?
Well, obviously the background screen is going to cost money
Sure.
for somebody to run it. Do you find that most companies just pay that fee, or do companies sometimes charge the employees to run a background screen?
I'm not sure about that. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, typically the way we do it, we have very competitive low fees when it comes to running a background screen. And then any of the county fees that are charged per state or per county, we can't touch those fees.
Yeah, sure.
Um, so I'm not sure if organizations charge their employees for certain fees.
Or
Um,
candidates.
or candidates, yeah, that I don't know. I mean, that would really be up to the organizations if
Yeah,
they want to do that. But what we typically handle would be more of the back end stuff.
yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And is there a standard background screen that most people do?
Um, I mean, it really depends. I wouldn't say there's like a popular one or anything like
Okay,
that. I mean, there's definitely social security traces and, our typical background screen, but it's so different for every organization that it's hard to pinpoint one
sure.
or the other.
Got it.
So we always take a consultative approach when it comes to the background screening and the packages that we include because we want to make sure that it makes sense for their organization, and we don't want to overcharge. So one of the nice things about Verified First is we don't stick you into some package and say, here you go, here's your package, good luck. What we do is we really want to take a consultative approach, take a look at the type of packages that make sense for your organization, and we only charge you when you screen. So if you never screen with us, you never get charged. There's no monthly or annual fee to use us. And that really, really helps out small businesses because if they're only screening or hiring a few people, that's all we're going to charge you for. So I think that's always that's always my favorite part about Verified First is, that consultative approach that really helps organizations when they need it.
Mhm.
Awesome. Okay, great. So that's pretty much it when it comes to our background screening solution. I know a lot of you guys have questions, and we are going to get to your questions very shortly here. We are almost done our presentation. So now that we've talked about these services and we saw how it works, I'm just going to kind of go over the benefits of Verified First. So our integration is completely free and it takes seconds to download. We also have SMS capabilities that reduces time to hire by about 70%, according to the aptitude research study. And when it comes to compliance, I'd like to point out that we are PBSA accredited, which means we have passed the industry's stringent and audit process. So you are rest assured that the people you are talking to here at Verified First have passed that test. And lastly, we have a 98% customer satisfaction rating with our client success team, plus a quick and accurate turnaround time with background screening, which I find very important because if you can choose background screening companies just out of nowhere, you can go on a website, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's accurate. So knowing that you do have an accurate background screen is not only going to save your company money, but it's also going to help with your hiring process and hiring the right candidates for the roles. So keeping that in mind as well. So yep, so these tools and achievements are designed to enhance your recruitment efforts efficiently and effectively. So right now I'd like to stop and kind of take a look at our questions here today. I know we've seen a lot with the chat as well. Let's take a look. Any questions today? No? All right.
Eliana, when it comes to, there's so many different things you can choose or you can pick when it comes to verification. Just tell me a little bit more about when you onboard a client and you take them through the process. Do you focus on the types of hiring they do? You know, hiring in hospitality and hiring in an office environment might be very, very different. So is that what your consultants would do in that process when someone is looking to Verified First for assistance?
Yeah, so when they're looking at Verified First, we take all of that into consideration. So not just, hey, here's what you guys want, here's how it works, good luck. Like we really want to understand your organization and help you guys customize that for your hiring process. So yeah, we do take that into consideration if you are in the office. Our consultants have, some of them have been here over 5-10 years. And with our partners, because you are partnered with Horizon Payroll, we make sure that you do get that white glove approach. So we want to make sure that we understand your organization, inside and out, what you guys are looking to do, and also what your goals are for the next upcoming years. If you are looking to, create some sort of large hiring, within the states or whatever, we want to understand that. So we do ask all the questions that we need. We also keep you up to date. So if there is any changes on any states or anything like that, you do get notifications from Verified First. We also walk you through the process of using our portal. There is a training that we do, which is really great as well. And we can help you even to set up your positions and your background screening. So we'll help you out with that entire process. Once that's done, we do have a client success team, customer service team, as well as account managers that you can also reach out to. But you also have our partner team as well, because you are with Horizon Payroll. We are here to assist. So if you do have any questions, we make sure that we do get you to a client success person who can kind of walk you through everything, but you do have another point of contact through Horizon Payroll as well.
In your industry, what do you find is most popular? The pre-hire screen or the post-hire screen?
Great question. I would say they're both very popular because it really depends on the type of organization. I think pre-hire has always been very popular, right? Because you want to know who you're hiring before you hire them. But post-hiring is something that has happened over the years that has increased as well. So it's not new, right? We've done this before. I've been in work for a long time without telling my age, but random drug screening is something that's always happened. And so I think that is also very popular as well. Especially making sure that it's accurate and done well. Instead of, continuing to pick the same 3 people.
I have a question for the participants, if anybody's willing to put it up in the Q&A section. Are you currently doing this type of work in-house and you're looking for a partner to do this for you? How are you managing it now? If anybody would like to share, that would be great to know. And Eliana, I do want to ask you a quick question. Your phone number at the bottom is 844-332, and it says 56909.
Oh dear.
That's okay. What's the right
Oh
number?
my
We want to make
gosh.
sure everybody's got it, right?
Oh my goodness, that's so silly.
That's all right.
Yeah, you can just 8-332-5690.
I know, fantastic.
Oh goodness, that's silly. I'm so sorry about that, guys.
No,
Make
quite all
sure
right.
to fix that up for you guys.
All right. I didn't see anybody enter anything in the Q&A. It's just curious to know, how did you do it? Because I remember, again, having a business of my own, a lot of things we tried to do internally, and then we realized we probably weren't doing them the most efficiently or effectively. And then you start to think about, how much time do I have an admin putting into this, when there are processes and people and technology that can do this in a much more streamlined, effective way
Yeah, absolutely. And accurate, right? We
and
want to
accurate.
make sure that the
Exactly.
information is accurate that's being
Right.
entered in. So making sure that you have those tools and technology available is super important in today's world when we move so quickly. I think
Yes.
we can too.
Yes.
So like that phone number right now that I did not see.
No worries.
That's a great
worries.
example of not streamlining processes.
So Eliana, we have a partner that we work with called Equifax that does our background or does our onboarding.
Nice.
And this is I guess an example of a way that your extension can work. As those companies are hiring people, they can actually hit your extension and run the background screen as they're onboarding their employee.
Yep, that's true. So we do, and we can add our partner page as well to kind of show you guys all the different types of partners that we have where, you are going to be able to do that. Yeah, if it, and we can always, show you guys that within, when you do meet with one of our reps, just kind of talk through that. If you guys do want to ask about Equifax and how we work together, you could definitely do that. And they'll show it to you. Yeah. Awesome.
Wonderful. Well,
Well,
Eliana, this has been really, really wonderful. I've learned so much just preparing for this webinar with you and really appreciate it. And again, Horizon is always looking to choose the right partners to assist their clients in so many ways. So Scott, kudos to you for finding Verified First and bringing them on board.
Yes, thank you,
Okay.
Scott. And thank you so much for inviting us here today to kind of talk through Verified First. We look forward to hearing from all of you. If anything pops up or any questions come up afterwards, please let us know. We're very happy to answer any questions that you guys may have. And I believe we'll have a poll question at the end. So, we always want to hear how we can do better, what type of conversations you guys want to hear about, and give us some feedback as well. So always open to that.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. Thanks everyone for
Thanks.
joining us today.
Thank you all. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Take care all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.